Do you want to know about mindful eating? This is the video for you. Today's video is going to be short and sweet, y'all. So before we get started, I want you to make sure you go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and that way other people can find this content, because people need to know how to eat better. People need to know how to live better. There's so many people out here charging extra money unnecessarily for stuff that is free. And so I just want people to be able to find the good stuff. All right, so today's video is about mindful eating and how to shift from a mindless perspective over to a mindful perspective. So I have a couple of tips for you so that way you can make this easy and effortless. All right, so the first thing is, oftentimes we use food as a reward or punishment or some type of tool. That is a very mindless way of thinking about food. And so as we start talking about improving our relationship with food, we want to start thinking about acknowledging food as a nourishment. So yeah, that is a mindful way of thinking. Food is fuel. Food is going to give you the energy to do what you need to do, to be a better person, to show up for your family, to show up for yourself. And so food is fun. Food is art. Food is culture. Food is all of those things, yes, but food is above all nourishment. All right, so second thing, the food label. I hate food labels, but a very mindless thing to do is labeling foods as good or bad and restricting our choices. We don't want to do that. Restricting choices gets us nowhere. All right. So a mindful way of thinking about this is to approach our food preferences and our selection without judgment, right? So that means that we're going to make healthy decisions. However, we're going to figure out what we like, and you think about it as a preference. I prefer to eat healthy food because it helps fuel my body, or I feel really good. I have a lot of energy. I sleep better at night. So no judgment. We're not going to restrict our choices. We're going to be smart with how we address food. All right. So next, we want to think about changing another mindless thing that we talk about, and something that I do it too. Something that we all do mindlessly at some point in time until we change our habits. And even sometimes still, like, you get busy and you do this, but we eat in front of the TV and we use the phone, or we work or whatever while we're eating. That is extremely mindless. You cannot be aware of what you're actually eating when you are also watching the tube. You're just whatever happens, happens. Okay, great. Yeah, no, we don't want to do that. So a mindful way of thinking about this is, while you're eating, to actually connect with the food. Disconnect from electronics. Think about, what spices, like, especially once you start getting into the kitchen, I like to be like, what, such and such, this spice will go with this. Oregano would really set this off, or whatever, or just thinking about the food and being grateful for it and the fact that you have it. Slowing your eating down. Eating quickly is also associated with being overweight. Whereas if you slow down and you really think about your food and enjoy your food and chew your food more, your body can actually break it down and you can process it better. The salivary amylase in your mouth can break it down much better. So that's something else. So another mindless thing we want to get rid of or stop doing is we select and we purchase overly processed foods. That is mindless. That doesn't take any time. It doesn't take any time or effort to stop by the drive-through on your way home, that's not preparation. And that's not serving you. That's not helping you reach your weight loss goals or your fitness goals, whatever it is you have. Like you know, summer is always coming. I don't care what season it is. Summer's always coming. So it's not going to help you look better in your bathing suit. Stop doing that. So instead, being mindful, we want to select and prepare food and consider where it came from. Consider how old it is. Remember that once food is plucked from whatever vine, tree, I don't know, wherever it came from, it starts dying once it's plucked from its life source. So how old is this food? Is it fresh? Does it come from a farm that has pesticides? Your body matters. You matter. Like I tell my clients, your well-being is never optional. It's never secondary. You cannot show up for other people if you have not learned to love and show up for yourself first. And a part of that means making time to select and prepare great food that tastes great, that you love to eat, but is also healthy. And it comes from a whole source. It's not from a factory. It didn't undergo 15 different chemical processes before it got to the grocery store. We want to do better. We're going to do better. All right. And so my last tip for you is that something that I find that all of us do mindlessly often is we ignore our cues for fullness. And we continue to eat like we're never going to eat another meal ever again. I know you know what I'm talking about, where you have that meal and it's so good. And it's like, oh my goodness, I've been craving this. I haven't eaten it for 2 months. And I missed it so much. I get it. I really do. However, the mindful perspective is we want to honor our fullness cues and we want to stop eating once we're satisfied. Something that I like to do when I go out to eat is, oftentimes a lot of these restaurants, they give you like double and triple serving sizes of what you should really be eating. So what you can do is if you go to your favorite meal, and this is going to be your flex meal, more on that. If you don't know about the flex meal and how I have that structured, you need to join the Viv Wellness Academy so that way you can get all this good stuff for free. Anyway, if this is your flex meal, then, you can go out and you can ask them for a to-go box right away as soon as they bring the food out. So that way, all that's left on your plate is what you should be eating right then and there. And everything else, you're not necessarily throwing it away. You're not throwing it away at all, actually, but you're going to eat it later. Or maybe you're going to go home and freeze it and you're going to, you're listening and you're honoring your own self. You're honoring your body. You're honoring your goals and the things that you said that you were going to do for yourself. So anyway, as always, well, almost always, I have a gift for you. So in the information section of this video, you can find a free download of this information. And so that way you can have it. Hopefully it helps kind of reel you back in when you figure out like, oh man, I don't know what I'm doing with food right now. Download the link, post it somewhere, put it on the fridge, put it on the pantry, put it in your bathroom on the mirror, wherever it needs to go in order for you to look at this and say, you know what? I am going to be mindful of my food and take it one day at a time. And over time, it will become a lifestyle and you will start to make these decisions automatically. All right, that is it for today. The end of the video. I told you it's going to be short. So again, if you have not liked and subscribed to this video and this channel, please do. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video.